Bianca, ideas?
Yeah, so a couple of things occur to me, and yes, a lot of them are public policy, but I say any and all of these things understanding that you can't legislate niceness, and you can't legislate against racism, and you can't legislate against discrimination, and all of that. So I say that as my caveat, right? But with respect to education, some of the public policy things that we can do is reinstate Pell and TAP grants for people who are incarcerated, right? That we could make access to higher education while people are incarcerated available by reinstating TAP and TAP, right? So that's an interesting one, right? And just increasing education across the board. For people who are coming home, how about we institute similar things with, in terms of admissions to college in the same way that we do with employment, right? So we had the whole Ban the Box campaign in New York City around having a box on employment applications. And then said to employers, once you know this person has a criminal record, here are the protections that happen. Here are the questions that you need to ask this person. It's got to be directly related to the job that you're asking that person to do. There are all of these kind of, and not that those are perfect either, right? But what we have right now in terms of education is a free-for-all. We have, you can have a box or not have a box. If you have a box, you can decide what you do with that information. So I think in terms of kind of policy, setting a kind of bare minimum of how discriminatory you're allowed to be against the person might be a good idea. Right? So those are kind of the two quick and dirty things. But I think outside of public policy, we really need to have a public education campaign around really this kind of idea of democracy, this idea that people who have criminal convictions, that's not the only thing, it's not the only way to describe or define people. That people are much larger and broader, and there's more of a vastness to the human experience than 1, 2, or 12 things that you've done with your life that have led you into contact with the criminal justice system.